So part of the issue is like someone asked, when are you going to finish all these tutorials, Chris? It's like, you know, where do you end? There's so much capability in the software. So that's why I thought I'd create videos for you guys. But if I go and start a new project, in fact, let me open one up. I'm going to go in here, say add layers, and I'm going to go over to my GIS folder. And so I'm going to grab these files right here. So I got cross-section lines, I got river lines, and I have flow values. Click on open. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It'll grab my shape files. Okay, so someone already set this up in GIS. Let's add a base map for it. We'll right-click, say add base map layer. Throw in the Google map. You'll see that coming in. All right, we want to go look at the data. Go to Data Explorer, click on this section. Right there. I've got what? I got some sort of cross-section ID here. I'm not sure if those are accurate. I've got a name of a river, and I got some other flow length lines or something like that. So we want to maybe map that stuff over to our model. We got river reaches. If I grab that river reach, I got a river name. It's called river code, and I got a reach code, I guess. And then if I want to look at those dots I can't see. So let's make those dots a bit bigger. Or bump their size up. And so we can look at a dot. Maybe change the color of it. But if we look at it now, we can see there's some flow values. And so you'll see that there's dots all along the reach. So we want it to apply those flow changes in there as well, right? So how can we import that? If you were going to pull that in HEC RAS, how long would it take you? Roughly? 5 minutes?
How many nodes?
No, it would take you a couple days, right? It would take you a while, right? To be pulling your hair out. So we're going to go over here and say import HEC RAS shapefile geometry. Going to grab our river center line, map over the attributes. So that was river code, and we'll say our reach code, right? And we'll insert junctions where the two reaches join each other, and we'll dissolve any junctions that aren't really there, right? We'll grab our cross sections, and we're going to come in here and select the attribute for it. So I think there was an attribute in there. I can't remember what it was. So I guess it was one of these. I guess it's cross-section ID or something like that. Maybe that's it. That's our river stationing. It'll auto-correct anything it runs into problems. And then, or we could have it automatically generated if we want. We can go and map in our banks. So we had our flow lengths in there, right? So we'll get the left length. We had the channel length. And the right length, where is it? Right length, there it is. We also have some banks in there too. We're going to map the banks in. I don't know if the banks, there's no nodes for the banks, so I don't think I can do that. And there's no I don't think there's Manning's values in here either. No. So, but anyways, we've got quite a bit there. Select import. Okay, so it said inconsistent river stationing. Have had their river stationing fixed, so they are in increasing order moving downstream. So there was some problems there. Anyways, we now have our cross sections in here. These were actually 3D GIS polylines. So you can see the data, the software recognized it was a 3D shape file, so it brought that in there. We don't have our bank stations in, so let's put those in. So we're going to go over to our assign entities. We'll say assign channel banks. We'll just go ahead and select all. And we're going to go and base that. Let's do it based on channel depth. So we'll go in here and say a 3-foot depth and 300-foot length. That's fine. Just hit OK. And it'll assign our banks. So our banks are in there now. So we look at our section now. We can see our bank stations are mapped in there. Of course, you want to map in Manning's values and stuff, but we still want to get those flow values in there. Right now, we don't have any flow data in our model. So if I go try one of these reaches here, you can see there's no flow data. So let's map that flow data in. So So you can go over to our import data, say import steady flow data. S nodes, it figured out that was probably the only thing remaining. We're going to grab our 10-year. Notice it figures out the label automatically for you. I'll bring in our 25-year, 50, our 100, our 100-year plus. I have to put the word plus in there. And our 500-year. Hit OK. And it'll set the downstream boundary to normal depth. And it'll calculate what the normal depth is too for you. Click on OK for you. That's done. So let's go check our flow data. You can see along this reach, it's got our upstream one and then the interior cross sections where there's been flow changes. And there's not much change, but a little bit of change. And then if we go to our downstream boundary, we can go, I don't remember which is the downstream most one. Let's go and pick it. Let's say pick. And I think this is running, is it running this way? It's running the other way. So it's going north. So we can grab that reach right there. You can see it calculating your slopes. And you're basically up and ready to go. Of course, you want to map in your roughness values and things like that. But you can see it set up your whole HEC RAS model.